with somebody. Now, our first conversation is about cars. Yes, I know it's not car corner. I'm not going to be giving you some interesting stats and facts, about the latest or maybe some of the vehicles you're driving. But we're going to be talking about an everyday, management of your vehicle. And that has to do with security. Yes, the safety measures that you have enforced in your car, which is my big question for you this morning, okay? What security aids do you have for your vehicle? Whatever car you drive, what security aids? Now, some motorists around the Choba axis of Port Harcourt have raised alarm over the frequent car snatching in the area. And when I first read this story, my mind instinctively went to, why? How? The roads are not particularly great right now. How do they snatch cars? What do they run through? Now, speaking to our correspondents, they attributed, talking about the motorists in that area, this frequent car snatching to ignorance on the part of some car owners. Now, one of the motorists, Calvin, told our correspondent that car owners who intend to go shopping need to park within the premises of the shopping center and not outside. Let's get to listen to him. I have a different view on this matter, but for the sake of this conversation, here it is.
If you're coming to buy something at Everyday, please drive inside the Everyday premises and park your car where the security people can reach your car. But if you cannot do that, like you're going to Market Square, turn out, and for your car to be safe, please go to Olobo and turn.
Okay, so that sounds like, great advice. Yes, it makes sense. Park your vehicle in the immediate vicinity where you are. But the truth is, it's not always going to happen. Now, in this example he just gave, what if I park my car on the right-hand side of the road? Let's say I'm coming from Rumoko, park on the right side of the road inside the big supermarket there. And, I see a friend across. I just saw, maybe I saw a woman selling bola and fish. Jude likes bola and fish. Took it. I jump, run, cross the road, buy my bola and fish. And by the time I come back, my car is vandalized in broad daylight. It's not the first time. A friend of mine years ago parked at Ajib Junction, close to where you now have the law building, the law school, right? Then you had the College of Health Science. You know what I'm talking about, that area, right? He parked there safely off the road. Got in because it used to be a bank, a small bank. I can't remember the name. There was an ATM there, all right? So he parked there, right? Goes on, joins the line. Let me quickly, try and get money and go back home. Whilst he's there, somebody got to his vehicle, removed his battery in broad daylight in this Port Harcourt, and everybody, all the people were suddenly saying, "We now know, we now see him, we now he better say that juju they use." So, guys, what security aids do you have for your car? Because, the Choba Police Station Division, we're expecting a response to that, because obviously the reporter had to go there and say, hey, look, this is what the people are saying. No response yet at the time of filing that report, that is. But let me hear from you. What security tips or aids do you have for your vehicle?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
So 017-923-0003, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0007. All right, and call us. Let's get to hear from you. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. As always, please turn on the volume of your radio set and refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, please do not make mention of that comment. All right, and don't forget, please keep your keep your conversations civil. It will be good for all of us. And this one here says, Ju, good morning. First things first, I think a lot of people still don't realize how important it is to have a tracker on their cars. No matter how cheap your car looks or how expensive it looks, don't be fooled that people do not want to take from you what you have. Please install a tracker. It was the first thing I did before I even started driving my car. I had a tracker installed. Everybody should have a tracker installed. All right, thank you very much. That's Kelvin. Everybody should have a tracker installed, right? I don't fault that. That's good advice. But these days, trackers are not particularly cheap. But then again, you have to ask, which is better? That you spend money to protect your car or you lose the car entirely? Now that we're on this, how many people really have trackers on their vehicle? And not just, you put one tracker. When was the last time because I think you subscribe for it, right? You pay someone. When was the last time you updated your tracker or your tracking system on your vehicle? How many people? You're driving right now. You're in your car. I'm not trying to be a fear monger. It's not my intention. I'm not trying to make you panicky. But ask yourself, why is there no car tracker? Why haven't I paid for one? What will happen is, okay, all right. You get the drift. More messages coming through. We'll be back after this break. But event A or event B or event D, E, and F may or may not happen. Even in the world of business, you have accountants and financial managers who, make, forecasts based on the information that they have and say, okay, the probability of this getting to this price or this getting to this price is going to be A, B, C, D, and so we should make contingency plans for so and so. It's sort of like what happened yesterday at the Euros, which was very well covered by the sports team here at 92.3 Nigeriainfo. You see, you had the mighty Portuguese team, playing basically a dead rubber match because, hey, they've already qualified and they're going up against Georgia, who really didn't really have much to play for. Well, except for pride and maybe a chance to get into the second round to the knockout stages of this Euro 2024. And there, Gabriela comes through, scores an opening goal in a minute and 10 seconds, or thereabout, if I'm not mistaken. And before you know what happened, Cristiano Ronaldo and his goons were playing a game of catch-up, one that they never, ever met. So if you listen to me this morning, there's a very strong chance that you may be playing a game of catch-up with your vehicles. Some of you have not, and I mean not a single security measure, apart from you use your key to lock the door and go and sleep. I'm not saying that's wrong. Ideally, in a much safer space, you really wouldn't have to worry about, who's going to steal my car. Heck, out here in Canada, and parts of the US, very few parts towards the north, that you have a lot of people, because of how low crime is, some people don't lock their cars. In fact, some people don't even lock their doors. Oh, yes. But we are not in Canada, particularly if you are living in the Quebec area of Canada and you're listening to us. We are not in Canada, and we are in Port Harcourt. And it's not the first time we've heard that people have had their cars stolen. Heck, my uncle's car was snatched right on campus. Till tomorrow, we never found that car. And the first thing that was years ago, Oga, when I track that car. Ooh, lessons were learned that day. Lessons were learned. But apart from a car tracker, what other security tip or measure do you have on your vehicle? Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear from you. Maybe I'll make suggestions. Okay, that's why we're here.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
So 017-923-0003, 0817923-0007. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. Zion is on the line. Zion speaking to us from GRA. Zion, good morning to you. Welcome, please.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
And thank you for this timely discourse. Let it be a reminder to all car owners that your car needs a security, which is a tracker. It's needed. But I don't know, this is a part of the world that people will have money to buy a car, but they don't have money to secure it. A lot of cars have been stolen. There are different car security measures, but for security reasons, I will not detail them. I won't. But just the few, you can get alarm to your car. Anybody that touches your car.
Yeah, it used to be very popular back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Very popular.
Exactly. Your car just alarm. Everybody will wake up. The whole compound, everybody must wake up. Why must they touch your car? Maybe that was one reason that system fused away. But it's the best. It's the best. You also get a tracker in case the car is being relocated to another place. You can easily track it. They are even cheap. They're not expensive.
We have some for 30K, some for 50K. Are you serious? They're not expensive. I hear buying is not the problem, but you have to continuously, subscribe for it.
Subscription is a year now. Annual subscription now. You can even subscribe to your package, what you can be releasing. Yes, a year is not 10,000 naira.
I wouldn't know.
It's 10,000 now. We track car here now. Every car here is being tracked now. Their device is here. It's 10,000 naira annually. It's very good to manage 7,000 naira for you. So you want to tell me to secure your car for 7,000 naira is too expensive? This is the part of the world that somebody want to enter a plane, they will snap themselves as if they don't achieve or they don't arrive. This is poverty mentality.
Why are you
if you can have money to buy a car, have the money to secure it. We have successfully secured some cars that have been stolen. From Benin, we locate them to Benin, we secure them, come back to Port Harcourt here. So we were sent to Abuja, we brought them back through security. So we went to Benin, secured them from the north back. These are necessary things we do every day, and it must be. We must get tracker. My uncle's car, in short, we don't see him body, but we track the car. We did not see the body, but we saw the car. We secured the car back. We arrested the third, fourth soft targets that were linked to the loss of this body. I'm telling you, the truth is this. Get a tracker. It will help the police. It will help companies that are into tracking also to track your car. So there are different things. We have your VIN tracking system. We have your kill switch tracking system. All this, you save your car. Car is money. How can you save money, buy car? People come and steal it away. You will not see the car. Some even kidnap the driver. You that give the driver the car, you are now in trouble. So secure the car, secure the driver, secure your life.
Okay, all right. Secure the car, secure the driver, secure life. We had Ibiso on the line. That line, unfortunately, got disconnected. Apologies there, Ibiso. Clef Rodriguez says, it's a very interesting one. Mr. Jude, the cost of installing a car tracker is high, and it's not a competitive market. Anyway, we have ways of protecting our cars. We use religious stickers. Nobody has time. We see them. How many have seen them? This guy is protected. Bam. I am a saved. Bam. Touch not my anointed. Bam. No evil shall come near me, on the front and on the back. Ibiso, how should you be protecting your car? Good morning.
Jude, it's a good discussion. Like, if you can reflect back, on your eyewitness reports, I make a report about tracker. You know that what you are running from, when the bad goes happen, you spend more than what you are running from. Now, like I say that as a keke guy that I know, that these bad boys took his keke from, I think that's the work area. And the boy called the owner of the keke. They're stealing the keke. The woman said, don't worry, I put track on the keke. Now, around 3 o'clock in the morning, she called the boy, called police. They tracked this keke from Modakat to Igwe.
Whoa!
Around 6 o'clock in the morning. They saw the
all the way to Igwe.
Yes. And the woman said that instead of her to block them when they are moving, if you block them, their mission is not accomplished. So they will destroy the keke. You lose, then lose. So that morning, they arrived in Igwe around 6 o'clock in the morning. They saw the keke. She took her keke back to her house. That is keke. So you that have car worth of 10 million, I don't know, put tracker. You are running away from little more that you pay. You'll be the loser. So some of these things is good for us to track it. Because it's necessary. If you track it, they cannot take it anywhere. You find them and get your
vehicle
car back. You know, most of our people like running away from spending money. It's too expensive. And when the thing happens, you say that it's a village that did it. No. Avoid that thing to happen. Just spend that small money to track it. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, everybody keeps talking about tracker. There's some interesting tips I'd like to share this morning. But once again, if you have a vehicle, whether you're a private car owner, maybe you are driving for somebody, it's a commercial vehicle. Yes, even commercial vehicles, need to be secured, right? Okay, good morning. Those days, we didn't have car trackers, but it was much more difficult to steal cars. There were very simple things. We used to have a steering lock, and who's going to carry your car? The best they used to do those days is to vandalize your vehicle. Once your steering is locked, nobody can drive your car. Amadi, let me shock you. Oh no! I'm very pleased this has come up. Thank you very much. Let me shock you. Steering locks are physical restraints for your car. They're good. As the name implies, you lock the steering. In fact, it became a standard for cars to come from the manufacturers with a steering lock. Without putting in the proper key, right, the steering will not unlock. Obviously, you can't steal a car if the steering cannot be controlled, right? Fair enough. But people went further to get manual locks apart from the steering lock that came with the car in the ignition, right? That's why if you see those of you who don't drive, you notice when some people want to start their car, they put the key inside. It's like they're turning the steering before the car. Yes, they're trying to unlock the steering. That's what comes with the factory. That can very easily be disabled, by the way. But you see those other external steering locks, the ones that like have crossbars where you physically, it's like a padlocking the steering. Sometimes, to the dashboard. Sometimes you have the pedal lock, right? You have the ones that will connect from the steering, right, to either the clutch, if it's a manual vehicle, or to the brake pedal, right? So once you have the brake pedal, or in some cases brake pedal and the clutch, locked to the steering wheel physically, the long crowbar, right? You can drive the car, yes. But you see, even that system can be beaten. People can pick the lock. In some cases, some individuals come with a saw and they saw off the lock. Now, the problem is, all those other manual systems, whilst they are good, that's the only thing you should use, is that in the process of trying to cut your steering lock, they will make noise. They will make noise. Whether it's in the morning, you have to make noise. You can't saw off metal, particularly steel, and be quiet about it. No, you can't do that. So it's good you have that, but it is not foolproof. It is not. It can be circumvented, please. It's not the only system to use to protect your vehicle. 08179230002, 08179230007, 08179230002, 08179230007. All right? Now, let me share some information with you. I'm sharing this with you because even in the UK, all right, there's been a spike in the numbers of auto theft. In Canada as well. And a lot of these vehicles are making their way to West Africa. So that will be Ghana, Nigeria in particular, and also Benin Republic. All right. A lot of the stolen vehicles from these countries make their way to the western part of Africa. Yes. Okay. So you've heard you can get your tracker. Good. Physical deterrents like the bars I just made mention, the steering lock, also good. There's also a shift lock. For those of you who have automatic, most of the cars that you drive, this is an automatic, right? There's a special type of lock, right, that keeps your gearbox in park alone. So when you put that lock, remove it with the key, nobody can drive the car, right? Nobody can drive the car. You can also get, those are physical deterrents. They can be broken, but it takes a lot of work. I'll tell you about two more. Michael is speaking to us from Waterlines. Michael, good morning. Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Hello, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Jude.
Hello. Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Hello. I can hear you, Jude.
Yes, go on, please. Yes, go on, please.
I said, all those things are good. Better lock, steering lock. Science is good, though. But left for me, yeah, I will invoke Juju.
I'm sorry, what?
I will invoke I'm telling you, it is better because if you start the juju very well, start it well, don't break the rules. Do what you're supposed to do. It will protect your car. I'm telling you, even though they say you're your own end, that the other man will start. Let us see how far. If you serve whatever you are serving well, God will do. If you do very well, hold it very well. Serve it very well the way you are supposed to serve it. Don't worry about better luck, steady luck, all those things. Don't worry. Let them come for it. They will use their hands to bring it back. Then you will hand over them to the police. Before I hang up, I know there's no eyewitness report. There is something that company at the opposite side is doing. My ears are telling me. I don't know what they are for the purpose of which now. They are blasting that thing, causing serious noise down to Nebe waterfront. Please, people should investigate. Our ears are telling us.
Oh dear.
Nobody is compensating us for that.
Please, could you send a message? All right, please, just so that we can actually have something that I can push for. Yes, please. Just the area, the complaint.
Help us, Jude, please. People should help us.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Victor is speaking to us from Mile 3. Victor, good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Victor.
I want to shake some people. I hope you keep your teaching on it.
I'm fine. We're okay. Go on.
Okay. You know, there was a day you invited China to the studio. And we were discussing about village people. Don't you think this is a good industry for the village people, if indeed there is anything like that? Because one of the theory of the village people suggests or says that you can be monitored wherever you are. And that is the reason why. Yes.
Okay, I see where you're going to.
That is the reason why. And that is the reason why somebody will be in Lagos and somebody in my village will be remoting them and be the reason. So why can't they employ this technology to secure all the cars in the city and in different counties and links of this country? They will make billions of naira.
They will make billions.
So I want to throw it to them in case they are listening or anybody that knows them, if there is anything like that, because I myself don't believe in it. So they should capture into this and begin to cash out.
But Victor, if you don't believe in that, but you believe that a car tracker can work, why? It's not the same thing. One is electronic, one is leaves and mirrors, I guess.
That one has a proof.
That was a proof. Okay, all right, Victor, thank you very much. Victor says that one has proof, the other doesn't. Messages now 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. That's why you send us a message to WhatsApp. We're also live on social media, broadcasting on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, so before I read that, remember I told you, yes, physical deterrent, that will be your steering lock, your gearbox locks, all those things are good. In fact, in some communities, I've been to some of you who are listening to us probably maybe lived in Lagos, or you are listening to us from Lagos. There was a time in Festac, those days when people used to say in those estates in Festac, when people would park their cars, they would chain their cars. This is not joke. They would chain the tires of their cars, all right, so that you couldn't drive off with the car. I kid you not. There were certain clamps that people would buy. So when they wake up in the morning, they'll unlock their clamp and put in the boot, and then boom, they drive off. But obviously, people found a way to circumvent, and it wasn't particularly smooth to operate. So imagine if you had an emergency, all right, and you had to quickly rush your wife to the hospital at 1 a.m. in the morning. So before you carry your wife or your children into the car, you have to come out, unlock the tire, remove the chain, now roll it, now put it. No, come on. So those aids were not particularly helpful back then. But there was one that became very popular in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, all over the world. Like, was this I mentioned of it? It's called the kill switch. Over here, we call it the immobilizer. Right? Now, the problem, the challenge a lot of people had with the immobilizer was when armed robbers or car thieves or snatchers would come for your car and they knew that your car had immobilizer, they would threaten you. In fact, in some cases, the time, particularly in the north, right, in Abuja, there are so many stories of this, where, you know, the owner of the car will be held at gunpoint. They'll tell you, all right, drivers, if this car stop, we will shoot you. Immobilizer there, offer, show us, and all of that type of thing, you know. And that system is still very effective. Now, some would argue, some car security specialists will tell you, look, the best system for your car is a lot of systems, each of which can work independently and also in tandem. Let me say that again. So, in some countries, take for example those of our brothers and sisters who are living in South Africa. Hello, shout outs, Nzanzi. Right. So the reason why I mentioned South Africa, at one time South Africa was known as the carjacking capital of the world. They were snatching cars in broad daylight. You're driving home, boom, somebody's following you behind, boom, they take your car. It's a big problem in South Africa. But anyway. So yes, you can get the kill switch, the immobilizer. The problem with this is that the person who is installing it for you, you don't know if he's also a decent person. The electrician is going to do it for you. He may go and tell some boys, hey, I me put immobilizer for that car. And if you press on this way, it go off. You know. So what a lot of people used to do back then is they will have this kill switch or the immobilizer done maybe in Abuja. And then, or they bring somebody in Abuja to come and do it for them, and then, you know, the person goes away that way. Or maybe they drive to Abuja, do it, and then they drive back and whatnot. But still, it's not totally foolproof, right? So that's one way. Have a kill switch, get a tracker. A tracker seems to be the most logical system these days. However, it doesn't stop your car from being stolen. Like I said, in the UK, in Europe, and in the US, car snatching has increased. The cars that have been stolen a lot more frequently these days include the Range Rover. All Range Rover models, all, particularly the big ones, the V8 supercharged and the what do you call it, the Range Rover Sports. They are frequently stolen. It's so bad that insuring Range Rovers is now a huge problem. So they can steal the car. You can track the car, which is good. You can track the car. Maybe the person will drive the car maybe to Uyo or something before you find the car. The question is, you know, can they move the car quickly and put it on a boat and they bring it down to Africa? That's another problem. With technology, you can now add air tags. It's an iOS device. Air tags. Let me say that, air tags. All right? You can place them anywhere in your vehicle, in the engine, under the chassis, and it's very small. It's like a button. All right? And it takes a lot of work for anybody to go and start looking for somebody who snatched your car. Is not going to go around your car looking for where you placed a single piece of device. It's like a small coin. All right? Please, you can get this as well. It's like finding your phone. When you put it up to find, and the brilliant thing about the AirTags, you can track anything on this planet. Yeah, that's how efficient it is. Put the AirTag, it may disappear for a while because of signal, you know, but you can eventually find it. So please, physical as well as digital services for your car is needed. All right, please, it's needed. Not saying you should not rely on your juju, like somebody said, or your stickers, please. But if you get physical ways to secure your car, please do. Like someone said, you spend millions to buy your vehicle in Nigerian naira. About 50 or 100,000 will not be any more expensive for you to protect your car. Please. Thank you very much.
Nigeriainfo. Nigeriainfo. Information is a source of